Hey guys, what's up? Chevron here. So today is a video I am kind of sad about, and it's about the Nintendo 3DS, all of the models. So if you don't know, earlier today, as of Thursday, they announced that the 3DS was no longer being made. It is now discontinued, so it's now basically the end, but it is also not the end, because 3DS holds a place in a lot of our hearts. It was a great game system. It had tons of great games. To show a few right here. Ton of great games and a lot of great memories. I just think it definitely feels weird that it's no longer being made and it's basically over and out. But that doesn't mean it's done, like, period. Everybody still has great memories of this, and it's not dead. It's far from that. It's still an amazing game system, and amazing game system, amazing games, and it's just got so, I've had so many memories with this thing, so I thought, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? So, as you may know, again, the 3DS, original 3DS, came out in 2011, and obviously featured 3D, stereoscopic 3D, which is like 3D without the 3D glasses, which was really cool, and when you thought about it, it worked. So, I got my 3DS in, I think, 2014, which was a little late, but that doesn't mean I didn't miss out on anything. I still love that thing to death. I don't have it with me anymore, but it was awesome. I currently had the Nintendo DSi at that time, which was probably my first handheld at the time. It was awesome. I loved that thing a lot. But it's about the 3DS, so we'll get on with it. So, I had my 3DS for about 4 or 5, my old 3DS for like maybe 3 or 4 years, not 4 or 5. 3 or 4 maybe. And then one Christmas, I was given this. So this is the 3DS XL Mario Gold Edition. This thing was I had this when I was younger, so it's obviously quite beat up, to say the least, but these things are built like tanks. They build these things so strong. If they survive my childhood, they can survive basically anything. These things are built so tough, it's crazy. So yeah, this is the 3DS XL that I had. As you can see, it does have some issues, a bit of freezing, and I don't have a memory card for it anymore. But that's not to say this thing isn't important to me. It's very important. In fact, all of them are. My original 3DS I sold for something, which that was important to me, but I just had to let that thing go because it had an issue that was, excuse me again, my god, sorry about that, but it was starting to develop an issue where if you sat it down like this, it would freeze up. So, I don't know if there's much to say about this one. Oh yeah, I think this is when I first got my 3DS, I got Paper Mario Sticker Star, which, being the stupid kid I was back then, haha, I traded that away, and I think I also got Mario Kart 7, which was a fun game. I actually didn't trade that in because Mario Kart was was one of my favorite games back then. So, yeah, this was probably my daily for quite a while. I think 3 or 4 more years, or maybe less than that, maybe 2 or 3, but after that, so put this aside, I got this, which is part of the DS I've had for shortest amount of time, not counting new 3DS, but right here is my next one. So this one was kind of a hand-me-down. It's not the color I would have chosen, but it's a nice color. I like the way this one looks, but this thing started acting up, and now, so just to give an example, let's see here. Let's open up the game really quick, and I'll show you what I mean. So the stick basically does not work. It goes nuts, it drifts, it does random stuff, so yeah. It does it sometimes. It'll freak out. So we just take a look really quickly. Trying to get through this as fast as I can, but yeah, this was here for a while until it started acting up. The green light would be stuck on, it wouldn't go away. The power light would be purple, which I don't understand at all. The camera would go out and back on sometimes, and the bottom screen was just gone. It wouldn't work. It obviously recovered from that, but yeah, look at that. I put it here, I'm gonna show you. So I move it this way and it moves the other way. That does not make any sense, but luckily I had enough money to replace it. This was during when quarantine started, which I got really upset. I loved the 3DS still, and this one's dying. But yeah, there's that. I don't really use that one because, well, it doesn't work well. When I was waiting for my new one to arrive, I got this from GameStop used, which it's a really good deal. If you're trying to buy a 3DS, I recommend buying the new 3DS XL from them. I used this one for a while. It's not the best, but it got me through. It was really nice to go back. But after that came the final, which is my new 3DS, and I got, here's the exact date I got my original 3DS at, which was April 22nd of 2014. And yeah, it was really cool time for me. And then why don't we go ahead and share some nice memories about my time with the Nintendo 3DS. So back then I would go to like a mall, or if I was traveling on the airport or on the train, I'd bring my 3DS with and tag like a ton of people every day. It was awesome, which is why I have like 700 or 600 people in my Street Pass Plaza, which was amazing. And I'd play the games and stuff, and then when they added new games, my mom would let me have the choice of buying which one I want, and all that was just really fun. And I'm sad to see it all go, but stuff has to go for now, and its legacy will continue on. Also, this one's dying too, come on. Well, as you can see, these don't get charged a lot, but you know. Anyway, the Street Pass was pretty fun. I loved the camera on that thing. I take a bunch of cool videos and stuff, and the camera was like the best part. It's also like the second most played thing on my 3DS up to this date, so, you know, makes sense. So why don't we go ahead and go through a few games. So first one, Animal Crossing New Leaf. So I was just introduced to the Animal Crossing series once New Horizons came out. Excuse me once again. I'm sorry, I'm just burping because, you know, life. But right here, this is New Leaf. A friend of mine in Animal Crossing played this a lot, so I'm like, you know what, let's give this one a try. Why not? It could be fun. I'll admit I don't play this one a lot, but for some reason I've just had this urge to play the 3DS more since it's all over. But you know, might as well play this a little bit more. It seems like a really fun game, and I'd be glad to play it. But yeah, next up, this game right here is actually my first mainline Pokemon game when I started to get really into the series. This is Pokemon Ultra Moon. I have a ton of memories of this game. I bought it, and then I had to go somewhere and that I had to wait for a while. I can't remember what it was, but I had to wait a while, so I got through like half the story in this game, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. And to this date, this game still is special to me, and I always visit it once in a while, check up. I visited for my birthday after my friend Zach1224. Go check out his channel, by the way, and The Real Galaxy. They have good content. But after he said, check this out on your birthday, and I'm like, alright, so that made my day too. Didn't film it though. It's like the Wii U thing made my day. Alright, this next game. I cannot stress how much this next game is a part of my life. and how it's very important to me, and I will never give this game up no matter what. It is also the most played game on my 3DS, and if you watch the other video, you probably know. It's Tomodachi Life. This game was awesome. I cannot stress how much this game how much I've spent on this game. This game right here, best money I've ever spent. It's one of the best games I've just ever played. It's awesome. I believe I have about 300 hours to it to date, which is crazy, and I still find myself playing, and it's just an awesome game. If you're looking for 3DS games to play right now, which maybe you are because you're starting to feel nostalgic, then I definitely recommend picking up this. This is one of the games I recommend. It's really cool. You could put celebrities in here with your Miis and stuff. I just think that game is by far really good. Next one is, I think, my third most played game on 3DS, and that is Mario Kart 7. So, this game was, I think, one of the first Mario Kart games I got besides Mario Kart 8. It was also really nice. I loved it. I never 100%ed this game like I did in 8 Deluxe, but it's nice to revisit once in a while just to go around and check it out, how Mario Kart was and how it is right now. This game is, I think, was it a launch title? I can't remember. It was so long ago. It was almost a decade, which is how long this thing's been around, which is insane. Mario Kart 7, though, I definitely recommend picking up this game, too. This game is a wonderful one. I definitely recommend that. Another game which I got introduced to, I was recommended this also by my friends after I talked to them about Tomodachi Life. It was just recently, after I got my new 3DS right here. Excuse me, again. This right here is Miitopia. Ugh. So Miitopia is, funny story on this. I ordered this from GameStop. Okay, so comes in the mail. I get the case. I don't get the game. So the case comes, the game doesn't. And this, I got the actual case, which is actually kind of cool. So then I was given the game the next time. It was a long story, but you know, shipping's not fun. It was during quarantine. It was not fun. But yeah, this is a cool game. I don't play it as much as Tomodachi Life. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong, but I just think Tomodachi Life is a bit better, and it's a bit easier to get into and play. So, a few more games I like to talk about that I don't have near me. One of them is Super Mario 3D Land. If I can find it. Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll through to see if I can find it on here. There it is. So, this game right here is another really good game. It was a 3D Mario game. I'd say I wouldn't call it equal to 3D World, but I'd call it just about the same. 3D Land was a really nice game, especially for the 3DS. Kind of felt like you're taking 3D World on the go, but now you can officially do that, which the next year, beginning of next year, but that's not to say it's not a bad game. That's also a very nice game. I definitely recommend it. It's a easygoing one. A few others, New Super Mario Bros. 2 is another good one. A lot of people say the New Super Mario Bros. Series is just like, it's not fun. This one definitely stands out from it. Besides New Super Luigi U and the original New Super Mario Bros., this one stands out. It's a nice one. I like the sense of collecting all those coins. That one's definitely, if you want to do that. Plus, it's pretty cheap. Let's see. Pokemon Rumble World. It's free now on the eShop. I definitely recommend getting that. It's just like a really fun, easy to play Pokemon game if you're not into the main games, which is what I started out with. That game's fun. There's Clubhouse games about 3DS though. A lot of these are games that you've probably heard of. The Virtual Console, I don't know if that speaks for itself. Minecraft for 3DS. That's actually not that bad. A lot of people say it is, but it really isn't. There's Ultra Moon. There's those 10-cent games I bought that were kind of garbage, not gonna lie. And Happy Home Designer and Omega Ruby in this Angry Birds game I got on here. Get those. Especially the Angry Birds game, since it's not on the App Store anymore, at least for the Apple App Store, because I don't use Android. We're not going to talk about that, but yeah. So there's that. Alright, so before we wrap this video, I just want to get a quick thing out of the way. Is that I just like, the 3DS got discontinued. It's kind of left a weird feeling inside me. Like, I've been used to the 3DS being like a part of Nintendo. In fact, the DS in general being a part of Nintendo for so long. Just the fact that it's discontinued makes me realize that everything's got to end. Yes, and even soon enough, who knows in how many years, the Switch is going to be the same way, and it's going to be gone soon. But just because it's leaving doesn't mean it's not done forever. It's far from that. Yes, it's fun. Yes, people like modding, which I'm not a fan of console modding, but I like watching about it, seeing what people create. But I'm not a modder. I just think that the fun is when you play it how it's intended to be. And yeah, the 3DS is definitely something that if you can't get a hold of a Switch, just get a 3DS. It'll be worth it, because it's just so many great games, and they're a lot cheaper now, and you could just try getting one. It's a good purchase, especially for games that, like, the new Animal Crossing, New Horizons, that came out. Oops, I hit my camera. New Animal Crossing came out. Yes, there's also one on the 3DS if you want to try that one out. Mario Kart. 3D platform Mario. Yes, those don't compare to the new ones, but if you want to, just pick up a 3DS, give it a chance. It's definitely worth it. This system has been very important to my life, and it's sad to see it go, but it's given not only me, but my friends and almost everyone in the world just like wonderful memories. It's been 15 years of just all the DS models, and Nintendo has definitely helped them do their job. The 3DS, DSi, and DS have done their job well, and it was about time for them to retire, but they can retire knowing that it did well and succeeded. So I'm glad the 3DS did well, and it definitely deserves a spot in your collection if you're a Nintendo person, or you just like kind of getting bored of Switch games, which, I mean, you shouldn't. Tomorrow is, well, 3D All-Stars, but you know, it's definitely worth it. The 3DS is, once again, one of the most amazing consoles. It's definitely grown on me more and more ever since quarantine, and I'm starting to like it a lot more than I did. It's just that it's really nice, and I'm sad to see it go, but you just gotta move on in life, and nothing will ever stop me from playing this. I have quite a few games that I haven't beat yet that I want to beat on 3DS, and that includes Omega Ruby, Miitopia, etc. But yeah, last thing I want to say is the 3DS just, I don't know what to say. It's weird, but it did its job. It succeeded, and I'm sure Nintendo's very proud of it. It's now up there with consoles like the NES, Super Nintendo, N64. All of it's with everybody now. It's not new anymore, even though it says new. It's not new. It may be old, but like I said, it's just so, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But like, it definitely deserves a spot in your gaming collection. If you're like an Xbox person or PlayStation person and you don't have one of these, just get one. It'll be worth it. They're cheap, and it'll last you a while. These things are built like a tank, and they really do what they are meant to do, and they are very entertaining. And once again, I honestly don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's just, I don't know. Just basically, the 3DS is a good console. It still is to this day. It's not dead. It's far from. It is awesome. It did its job. Now it just needs a break, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Also, if you guys want to, you can share down below some memories you had with the 3DS. I'd love to hear about it and read about them. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.